Langrisser 2. The Langrisser series has seen better days, but this reimagining of the classic JRPG comes into full form for the Android devices. Though it may be a far cry from the original series, this mobile version tries to integrate online functionalities with PvE and PvP elements. Langrisser's signature gameplay remains the same, but with a few tweaks to cater to the mobile users. The stunning art style and the massive amount of content means that this game is still up and running. A play score of 8.30. Legends of Runeterra. From the team behind the popular League of Legends comes their very own collectible card game set. From the same universe as their acclaimed MOBA, the Nexus is making a return, and its gameplay is rife with action-packed scenes of dynamic turns, exciting spells, and champion upgrades. Players are encouraged to craft their own deck with their own strategies to climb the ladder. Each of its heroes play an important part in shifting the tides of the arena. Riot has successfully created a card game that's fun, even when you're losing. A play score of 8.54. Star Traders: Frontiers. The latest sci-fi RPG from Trees Brothers takes players into new frontiers. Frontiers is the perfect space opera for you to enjoy. As captain of a powerful ship, explore a massive and procedurally generated universe with your ragtag crew of space pirates, bounty hunters, and more. As an RPG, every adventure feels new. Players mold their own narrative and watch how the universe reacts to their choices. It's ever-changing. Scenarios give more room for replayability and some crazy experimentation. A play score of 8.59. Evolution. Board game opening this list is a mobile version of the award-winning board game from North Star Games. Instead of the known physical card gameplay, Evolution literally evolves into digital format. Players must adapt and overcome a myriad of challenges using the power of biology. Players engage with other users online as they go on a duel to determine who's the best. It's a true survival of the fittest, all depending on a player's decision-making skills when dealing with the forces of nature. A play score of 8.19. Crying Suns. This tactical roguelite game from Alt-Shift is reminiscent of Subset Games' FTL. While it does have its similarities, Crying Suns brings more to the table, especially with its randomly generated scenarios. This gives more players the chance to engage in different battles and form other strategies in each playthrough. Players will step into the shoes of a fleet commander exploring the harshness of space while taking down warring clusters. The world of Crying Suns is rich with story and content, inspired from classic sci-fi masterpieces like Herbert's Dune and Asimov's Foundation. It receives a play score of 8.98. Godzilla Defense Force. There hasn't really been a good Godzilla game since forever. Nexon's own take on the Godzilla IP isn't really scratching that itch as much, but it does offer a decent amount of fan service for major fans of the kaiju-filled franchise. Players must build a formidable defense against these towering creatures all in glorious, pixel-perfect form. It's an addicting trip into Toho's world full of powerful monsters, and it's up to the players to defend each major city from sheer annihilation. A play score of 8.39. Kindom Two Crowns. A brave kingdom awaits players in this minimalistic side-scroller from publisher Raw Fury. Players construct a castle, and during the course of the game, they spend most of their time fortifying its defenses while fending off hostile creatures determined to topple it down. The game's multiple biomes adds a whole new layer for replay value. This includes the Shogun and Dead Lands themes, where each story offers a different kind of adventure. For anyone looking for a partner in this unforgiving world, co-op is available, locally or online. Teaming up with a friend makes this journey worthwhile. A play score of 8.49. Raiders of the North Sea. Another video game adaptation of an award-winning board game. Lead a relentless group of Vikings and set sail into the vast and dangerous blue waters of the North Sea. Players spend most of their time managing their resources in classic turn-based fashion. Raid the entirety of the North Sea, all depending on the player's strategies. Overcoming the various threats of the sea will reward the players with treasures and more. Raiders of the North Sea contains a single-player campaign with AI enemies, but those who seek the glory of Valhalla will have to enter its online mode where other players prove their worth. A play score of 8.87. Reiner Knizia. Yellow and Yangtze set during the warring states of ancient China. This strategy game is a video game adaptation of the famed board game from Reiner Knizia, Tigris and Euphrates. Throughout the campaign, it's a war of attrition between neighboring states. Players ensure their influence is at its peak, while minimizing conflict as much as possible. Assigning tiles to their perfect position enables the player to take control of its civilization. It feels like a pocket version of Sid Meier's acclaimed Civilization series, but without the need for massive macro and micromanaging. It has a play score of 8.60. Terraforming Mars. Much like Evolution the board game, this is Asmodee Digital's official adaptation of Jacob Frixelius' famous board game. The goal is to achieve a higher terraform rating and show it off to the players all around the world. It's no city builder, but the amount of micromanagement makes it feel like one. Throughout the game, players will constantly develop technologies and produce resources beneficial for terraforming. It's not an easy task, but the joy of developing a colony 70 million kilometers away from our planet is interesting. A play score of 8.44.